Hart at the top of your screen. Left-handed will be serving first. His partner Nunnery in the blue baseball cap back to front. Chaudry, of course, in the pink shorts. And Canyadell in the black shirt. We are going to be underway shortly. Best of 3, first to 11, win by 2, and we're off. Chaudry giving that whip. Kisses the line. And we have the first side out of this quarter-final. Canyadell on serve. Good 1-2 attack there from Canyadell, going to the paddle and Nunnery, taking the second one across court. DeHeart into the net. Nunnery forcing Chaudry to retreat, then unable to get balance to lift his next one over. So second serve. Patience from Nunnery and DeHeart. Error on the paddle of Canyadell after Chaudry was doing some good thinking work. Nunnery looking to get on the drive there. Ball going into the net. Good speed up from Canyadell, forces the error from Rob Nunnery. I have to admit, in the course of that rally, I was transfixed by the paddle position of Chaudry DeHeart. The focus on his face, his paddle shadowing where the ball is going at all times. And that was the reason why he was able to punch that volley quickly down to the toes of Canyadell. Chaudry just getting the benefit of the net. DeHeart reacting well. Big drives. And it is Chaudry who comes out on top of that exchange. Chaudry DeHeart just going into the net. Good speed up from DeHeart. Chaudry retreating from the line, unable to deflect the ball back over the net. And good bit of pressure from Chaudry and Canyadell. Getting rid of one of the two serves. Nunnery on one now. DeHeart with the drive. Flicks the net up and over the paddle of James Chaudry. Nothing he could do about that one. First point of this quarter-final to Nunnery and DeHeart. Just wide from Canyadell, engaging in a battle there with DeHeart. That ball just sneaking wide of the sideline. Chaudry will serve. DeHeart on that one as quickly as quick can be. My cricket fielding skills letting me down there as the ball comes through the commentary box. Put that one down. The bowler would not be happy on a Saturday afternoon. And DeHeart just lifting that one short and into the net. Good attack from Canyadell. Pinned Chaudry DeHeart. And Canyadell and Chaudry will be very pleased with their initial part in this quarter-final. Chaudry just going long. looking to be aggressive, looking to be proactive. Not wanting Nunnery DeHeart to settle into too much of a rhythm. DeHeart just punching that one long. Slender advantage for Chaudry and Canyadell. Chaudry just getting a bit jumpy on that one, looking to slice cross court with his dink, but just ended up in the net. Nunnery waited, sat on his forehand, drove down the middle, forced the error, so great reactions from Canyadell. Oh, and he's unfortunate. They did so well to deal with the volley that came off the net cord, but then his second one ended up in the nets. And Chaudry punches that one long. So Chaudry Canyadell's slender lead has now disappeared, and it is Nunnery DeHeart that have a 1 point advantage. And Canyadell pushes that volley long as well, looking to get on the counter attack. Just misjudged it slightly. Good little 1-2 combination from Chaudry Canyadell. Canyadell driving down to the toes of Nunnery. Good reflexes from Canyadell. Nunnery looked to speed up down the line. Canyadell was sitting on his forehand and he pushed that one back down into the corner. And it's Canyadell getting a benefit of the net cord that time. Ball flicks up and over, clips the topple of Nunnery's paddle. Only 1 point in it here. And that is a rare, uncharacteristic error from Rob Nunnery. That dink just going straight into the net, which gives Chaudry and Canyadell a tied score. Nunnery speeding up on Canyadell, who was reading that play as well. And the ball is forced wide by Rob Nunnery, who's just letting a few errors slip into his game at this moment in time. Will Chaudry and Canyadell look to keep playing on that situation? Now they go on to their second serve, having got them a 6-5 advantage. And Chaudry's drop not getting over the net. So, Rob Nunnery back on serve now. Great defence to Hart. Speed up from Nunnery, forces the error from Canyadell. A very focused exchange there, but the score is now 6 apiece here on Players Court. Good depth from Chaudry on that return, and the next one. Well played, Pep Canyadell. He initiated it and he finished it off, driving down to the toes of Nunnery. Second serve. And Chaudry just lifting that one into the net. The patience and control of all four players on court here is great to see. This is pickleball of a very, very high level, as you would expect in a quarter-final of the Men's Open. DeHeart just catching Canyadell off balance. That one ending up in the net. And a 2-point advantage now for DeHeart and Nunnery in this first game. Ball comes on court from an adjacent court. We will go through that one once more. DeHeart read the play, comes central, booms his left-handed volley down the middle. They have a 3-point advantage in this first game, but DeHeart whips that one into the net. So as a side out, Canyadell and Chaudry trail by 3, an opportunity to close this gap a little. Canyadell and Chaudry just wondering whether that one was going long, but they played it, so whether it was or not is now irrelevant. They punched their response long themselves. Canyadell gets the net, so does Nunnery. Canyadell responds into the shin area of Nunnery, and that ball is in the net. So 7 points on the board now for Chaudry and Canyadell. They are looking to close this down further. And Canyadell punches that one into the net. Chaudry did very well to react off the net cord, but they are back on serve, the American pair. Canyadell with the change up, went straight. DeHeart jamming into the net. So second serve. Good work again by Canyadell. Going to DeHeart for the second time, forcing the same mistake twice. Side out, Chaudry on serve. Oh, and Canyadell just lent into that volley. Wasn't balanced, went with the arm rather than shuffling the feet. Second serve. Rob Nunnery taking control of proceedings. Gets the side out, non-scoring that time for Canyadell and Chaudry. 2 points away from taking this first game here in this quarter-final. Great resetting from Chaudry. And again. And he forces the error from DeHeart. Chaudry battled hard, and he got the result he was hoping for. Moves it on to the second serve of DeHeart. Great reactions from Canyadell. And again, Pep Canyadell, great work there. Reacted to the net cord, got himself balanced, and was able to force the mistake from DeHeart. Another opportunity for Chaudry and Canyadell to close this gap. Oh, Oh, and Canyadell read the play, saw the space, put the ball through it. 1 point difference now. This is really hotting up in this first game of this quarterfinal. A timeout has been called. Not entirely sure which of the pairs took that. You've got to assume it was Nunnery DeHeart, given that slight shift in dynamic, that slight shift in momentum for Chaudry and Canyadell. But DeHeart and Nunnery still have a 1 point lead, so the ball is still very much in their court. Canyadell and Chaudry will be feeling good in this moment in time, though. They have forced a couple of errors off the paddle of DeHeart, and then the space that was left as DeHeart came central was enough for Canyadell to whip it across. Can they keep this going? It is an epic first game. We could be in here for a long one. Players seem to be enjoying themselves on court, if you can enjoy this kind of tension. But we're talking about pickleball players of the highest level. They will be loving this in the English Open. Chaudry staying really low at the non-volley zone line. Canyadell just lost composure, leant in, punched it into the net. Second serve. Oh, and Chaudry so close to perfection there. There was a minute gap in the middle, but he clipped the tape. Good drive for DeHeart. Canyadell just wide. We have the first game point of this quarterfinal. And we have the first game concluded in the quarterfinal. Nunnery and DeHeart take that one 11-8. It was close. Serve changed hand a few times at the end, but it was Nunnery and DeHeart who kept their composure and got the game over the line. More of the same momentarily. Chaudry and Canyadell can take heart from that first game. DeHeart and Nunnery will be delighted to have one in the bank. They obviously only need to win this next game to take their place in the semi-finals.
James, I told the referee timeout. Should be right back. You can see that. Change it out or something. He's one of the good guys, so that's here. What the hell? Seconds. Game 2, time in 0-0-2.
We are back in action here on Players Court. So, just to remind you where we are at. Riley DeHeart, Rob Nunnery lead 1-0 in this quarterfinal. Work for Chaudry and Canyadell to do. But they seem capable of doing it, but they'll want to get off to a good start in this second game. DeHeart speeding up on Chaudry and punches that one into the net. An early point on the board there for Riley DeHeart. Chaudry with a couple of mistakes back to back there. They cannot afford to let Nunnery and DeHeart get an early grip of this second game, as it will make their task more tricky. Nunnery getting the net caught. And Nunnery reads the play. Ernie into the knees of Canyadell, who had done so well initially to respond to the net cord. But great experience there for Nunnery. He saw that play coming. And DeHeart pinning Chaudry there. Error into the nets. Chaudry just querying the score with referee Ron Ponder. And it is 4-0-1, so a quick start for DeHeart and Nunnery in this second game. Ooh, DeHeart looking for the speed up there. Wasn't really there to do it. But it's a second serve, so Nunnery and DeHeart can continue to push this game forward. But a side out and an opportunity for Canyadell and Chaudry to get a foothold in this one. They will need to close this deficit quickly if they're going to have any hope of reaching the semi-finals here. Great hand speed from all four players. DeHeart goes wide. A point on the serve of Pep Canyadell. 1-4 now. But DeHeart to Chaudry again. Chaudry error. That is a pattern we have seen 4 times now in this second game. Good reactions. Oh! And James Chaudry so close to the ATP. Called out instantly by Nunnery and DeHeart. A little bit of extra width on that dink. Chaudry went for it. Didn't quite execute. And Chaudry and Canyadell get that rally. Canyadell went for the Ernie. DeHeart defended, but Chaudry and Canyadell still forced the error. Great defense from Chaudry on the ATP. Canyadell keeps it alive. And Chaudry finds the corner. Another top exchange from all 4 players. And it gives Chaudry and Canyadell the opportunity once again to keep chipping away at this score. It is 1-4 in this second game. Don't forget, Nunnery and DeHeart took the first. Oh, and that's a good catch by Canyadell in the end, but unfortunately, that is not what we're allowed to do on court. Cool about from Nunnery. DeHeart played the ball, put the ball long. A second point for Canyadell and Chaudry. And a mistake from Nunnery. That lead is being chipped away at. It is now just 1 single point. And Chaudry calls that good. Great defensive work from DeHeart, allowed them both to get to the line. Nunnery rolled it onto the baseline, an important side out for the American pair. Chaudry on the counter, goes down the middle. A look of relief there. That ball might have been going long, but it doesn't matter now. Well read, Pep Canyadell. He saw Nunnery shuffle. He put it back across his body. Nunnery off balance, puts it wide. Oh, Rob Nunnery, stop it. He waited and he played it around the post so low. And it just bananaed into the court. Not even close to the line, well in the court. And Chaudry then hits the next ball into the net. So a non-scoring side out gives the Americans the chance to extend their lead. Call of out from DeHeart. Nunnery leaves the ball. A point added to the score, 5-3. This feels like a momentum shift. Nunnery and DeHeart have put their foot to the floor. They've picked up a couple of quick points. They now lead 6-3. Are they going to overwhelm Chaudry and Canyadell in this second game? Maybe not so. Canyadell driving down to the toes and slowing it down slightly. But Nunnery still has a second serve. Canyadell around the post as well, making DeHeart play the ball. Ball ended up in the net. So that momentum has been broken. Chaudry on serve. And DeHeart doesn't get that return over. So a point to the score of Chaudry and Canyadell. It is now 4-6. They would love another couple of points, but a timeout has been called by the Americans. So a reminder of where we're at. Nunnery and DeHeart took the first game 11-8. They lead 6-4 in this second game. The game has been swinging back and forth in this second match. And Chaudry and Canyadell have just picked up the last point before the timeout was called. It is impossible to call at this point in terms of where the game is going. But you just feel that the experience of Nunnery and DeHeart has a slight advantage as we speak. But Chaudry and Canyadell have incredible hand speed. We've seen that a few times. They are getting into DeHeart and Nunnery at times. But then you just get that consistency from DeHeart and Nunnery that just keeps repelling the attack and keeps picking up those points here and there, which is all they need to do at this stage. And we're back underway. Ryler DeHeart rolling the volley down to the backhand side. Moves it on to second serve here, 4-6-2. Chaudry rolls middle. DeHeart unable to defend. 5-6-2. Can they get the scoreboard level on this rally? Nunnery trying to repeat the banana ATP, unable to do so on that occasion. The ball lands wide. It is now 6-6. Good defense, Chaudry. And it was Nunnery who went first. Chaudry has called it out off the net cord. Players just looking to ponder to confirm. Point called by Ponder. Canyadell and Chaudry now lead 7-6. That was a very intense exchange of dinking. Nunnery went for the speed up, got unlucky with the net cord. And that is a good moment for Pep Canyadell. The ball was popped up. He's attacked down to the ankles and he's got them another point on the board. 2-point advantage in this second game. Canyadell hurries that drive and it's a side out. DeHeart and Nunnery were in this position in the first game and turned it around. Are they going to do so again?
6-8-1.
Chaudry sees the opportunity, punishes that lift. And that is one serve defended successfully. Chaudry, unfortunate there. Another focused round of dinking just ends with an error from Chaudry. And it's Canyadell who leans in off balance and just lifts that into the net. The scores are now level at 8 apiece. DeHeart just moving around on that forehand, drives the third into the net. So we have a side out and another opportunity for Canyadell and Chaudry. And Chaudry initiated the speed up. DeHeart responded. Chaudry made the error. These dinking exchanges are getting longer and longer as this second game reaches its conclusion. It could still go either way. And Canyadell blinks first on that occasion, pushes his volley into the net. So side out, non-scoring that time for Chaudry and Canyadell. DeHeart will serve at 8-8. And Nunnery doesn't lift high enough. Second serve. Good response from James Chaudry. DeHeart into the net. Non-scoring side out. Still 8 apiece here on Players Court. Close call there on that serve. James Chaudry will have the second. And it was Canyadell who went for the ATP. DeHeart defended, popped it up to Chaudry. Chaudry pinned DeHeart at the back of the court. Another non-scoring side out. Oh, James Chaudry! Inside out on the volley, goes down to the left of Rob Nunnery. And they have game point to take us into a third. Oh, and Nunnery has gone long. Chaudry defended for all it was worth, and he got the result he desired. So, we are getting the conclusion this game thoroughly deserves. It is going to a third and final game here in the men's doubles open quarter-final. Nunnery and DeHeart took the first game 11-8. Chaudry and Canyadell took the second game 11-8. Who is going to book a spot in the last four? Well, there's only one way you are going to find out, ladies and gentlemen, and that is staying with us here on Players Court, as the players are going to be going to a third game. Absolute thrilling action here from the English Open 2025. We are truly getting into the business end of this tournament now. The standard of play is going through the roof. And who is going to emerge from this game victorious? Will the Americans, one of the favourites for this tournament, be leaving us in the quarterfinals, which would mean that local favourite James Chaudry and his partner Pep Canyadell find themselves in the last four? Or will it be the other way round? Will the Americans break the hearts of the local fans and James Chaudry exits this tournament? We are going to find out in the next 10, 15, 20, goodness knows how long, that we get in game three. Great ATP defence once again. Chaudry unlucky, looking to defend, but was unable to do so. Ball's there for Nunnery to roll, and roll did Nunnery. It is a quick start in this one for Nunnery and DeHeart. Kissing the net twice to Nunnery and DeHeart. Canyadell unable to dink that one. 3-0 to DeHeart and Nunnery, as we said in the previous game. Chaudry and Canyadell cannot afford DeHeart and Nunnery to get too far ahead too soon. That is good patient play from Chaudry and Canyadell. Error forced, side out. Good to break the momentum. They needed to do so. Now they have their opportunity. A bit of good fortune for James Chaudry. Off the net, up and over the paddle. The ball lands in. It is 1-3. That Canyadell just leaning into that volley. Hits the net. Chaudry on serve, looking to reduce the arrears. Canyadell unable to drop from the back of the court on that occasion. So, the ball passes over to Nunnery, who will be serving. Well played, Rob Nunnery. He assumed that Chaudry would defend that ATP, therefore was ready for the next shot. And he opened inside out on the smash and took the point. Canyadell error. 5-1 lead for the Americans. They feel pumped for this. They want a place in the semi-final. They are putting themselves in a good position to get their wish. But Chaudry responds. Nunnery goes long. It is a second serve. Chaudry just lifting that volley into the net. Good ATP defense again from Canyadell. Kept them in the rally. But that wasn't quite enough on that occasion. So, as we are in the third game, the players are going to change ends at the score of 6. And it is Nunnery and DeHeart who have that 6. And they have a 5-point advantage now in game 3. Can they push this advantage home to book a place in the semi-finals? It does feel like a long way back for Chaudry and Canyadell at this stage, but we have seen many a comeback on players' courts over the duration of this English Open so far, and Canyadell and Chaudry will have to believe that they could be one of those comeback stories. And if they can do it, they will more than earn their spot in the semi-final. Referee Ron Ponder just discussing something with Rob Nunnery and Ryla DeHeart. Chaudry and Canyadell just discussing their game plan. They know they need to put whatever they come up with into effect almost immediately. They cannot afford to let the opposition get too many more points, and they have a bit of a freebie there from Ryla DeHeart as that drive goes into the net. Opportunity for James Chaudry to reduce the deficit. Oh, my word, it's still in. Oh, and Chaudry, so unfortunate. That was an incredible exchange. The ball flicked the net. Chaudry was able to get it, but then was unable to get the next one up and over. And Canyadell, frustrated with himself for not making that drop, puts his shirt in between his teeth. But he's going to have to move on quickly. Well played, Ryla DeHeart. Constructed that very nicely. Moved Chaudry just a fraction more to his right. Opened up the gap between the two. And then just calmly pushed the volley down the middle. Good tactical ploy. And there has been an error unwinding the stack from Chaudry and Canyadell. Nunnery could not believe his luck to have open court to push the ball into. And it is now an 8-1 lead. It does feel like this quarterfinal is going one way, but as I say that, a mistake from DeHeart. Nunnery has the security of a second serve. Good punch from Canyadell onto the backhand of DeHeart. We have a side out. You feel like Chaudry and Canyadell are going to have to go on a run of points here and do it soon. And that is not going to help their cause. Another missed third from Pep Canyadell. Good readjustment from Chaudry. Chaudry lifted that double-handed backhand dink. DeHeart sat on it, pushed it down, and got the serve back. So, 8-1 lead to the Americans. And that was lifted as well from Canyadell. Nunnery maintained his body position and just pushed the ball down the line. 9-1, 2 points away from a place in the semi-finals. DeHeart on the charge. Ball into the net. Second serve, Rob Nunnery, still 2 points needed. Rob Nunnery jumping the lines. Pushes that ball through. And it's a lovely shot that brings up match points. And Canyadell punches long. They put up a valiant effort in this game, but it is the pair of Rob Nunnery and Ryder DeHeart who will move on to the semi-final stage here in the men's doubles open.